He stood in the middle of the living room, waving a stack of papers in my face. His voice was cold, sharp, and filled with arrogance. "Sign or get out," he sneered, pointing at the documents like a weapon. My hands trembled, but not from fear, from rage boiling inside me. The house we stood in was mine, paid for fully with years of my hard work. Every brick, every tile, every inch of this home carried my blood and sweat. And yet here he was smirking as if he held all the power. I reached for the papers, but he yanked them back quickly. "Not so fast," he mocked. "You're not going to read every line, just sign." I glared at him, my heart pounding in my chest. "Why would I sign something without knowing what it says?" I demanded. "Because," he said, leaning closer, "if you don't, you're out on the street tonight." My jaw tightened as I fought to control my shaking hands. "What is this?" I asked quietly, my eyes never leaving his. "It's an agreement," he said, "where you transfer this house into my name." I laughed bitterly, unable to believe the audacity in his words. "You're joking," I said, trying to steady my voice. "Does it look like I'm joking?" he shot back, his smirk widening. For months I had noticed changes in him. Late nights, whispered phone calls, unexplained expenses. Now it all made sense. He had been plotting something behind my back. "You really think you can take what's mine?" I said through clenched teeth. He leaned back, crossing his arms. "I already have you cornered. If you don't sign, I'll file for divorce tomorrow and drag you through court." I swallowed hard, but inside my mind began racing. What he didn't know was that I had been keeping records. Bank statements, receipts, property deeds, every document proving my ownership. I had also spoken to a lawyer quietly after noticing his strange behavior. I stared at him, pretending to falter, my hand hovering near the papers. He smirked again, convinced he had broken me. With a sudden calm, I set the papers on the table. "I'll sign them tomorrow," I whispered, walking away. That night, while he slept soundly, I packed away every file into a folder. I left the house early and went straight to my lawyer. She looked through everything, her eyes widening at the depth of his scheme. "He's trying to trick you into signing away everything," she said firmly. "But the good news is he doesn't have a legal claim to the house." Relief washed over me as she prepared a counteraction. We filed immediately, freezing his ability to touch the property. When I returned home, he was waiting smugly, coffee in hand. "Ready to sign?" he asked mockingly. I smiled faintly, sliding my own set of papers across the table. He frowned, picking them up, confusion spreading across his face. "These aren't the papers I gave you," he muttered, flipping through them. "No," I said evenly, "these are from my lawyer." His eyes widened as he realized they were legal motions filed against him. His smirk vanished, replaced by the first flicker of fear I had seen in months. "What is this?" he demanded, his voice cracking slightly. "It's a reality check," I said, my voice steady. "This house is mine. You can pack your things and leave, or the sheriff will escort you out." He slammed the papers down, his face turning red with anger. "You think you've beaten me?" he shouted. "No," I corrected, "I know I have." The silence that followed was heavy, suffocating. For the first time, the balance of power shifted entirely. Within a week, he was gone, his belongings cleared from the rooms. I walked through the house, slowly breathing in the peace he had tried to steal. It wasn't just a house anymore, it was a symbol of my strength. He had tried to mock me, belittle me, and rob me. But in the end, his smirk crumbled under the weight of my preparation. And I stood victorious in the home I had built with my own hands.